My first Pokemon Nuzlocke by TheOdd1sOut. Now, before we begin, I do have to make a little bit of a disclosure, just making sure I'm doing everything as ethically as I physically can. I did have the actual work stories, the Subway Odd1sOut video on my watch later list a long time ago. And I was informed at that time, allegedly, Odd1sOut is not okay with reactions. I also, just through some Google searching, maybe they're related to Fine Bros. Obviously, Fine Bros back in the day did start to try and go after React content. So I don't know if this is okay or not. And even if I meet the pillars of fair use, it is still technically someone else's content. So if anyone has any sort of like citation on if they're okay with React content or not, perfect. I very much would like that and appreciate that. And if not, you know, this is just one of those things that unfortunately is just, it will get taken down if there is any sort of takedown notice or any sort of copyright. Just, I'm not in the business of fighting fair and valid copyright. Without further ado, dive into this, shall we? Iconic.
A Pokemon Nuzlocke is a set of rules that turn a normal playthrough of Pokemon into a hardcore playthrough of Pokemon. You're only allowed to catch the first Pokemon you see per route, and if any of them faint, they actually don't live anymore, and you can never use them again. The game I will be Nuzlocking will be Pokemon Ruby. Not because I'm copying Jaden, but because Gen 3 is my favorite generation, and out of the 3 games, Ruby was the one I played as a kid and bought with my own money.
Nice.
It was $40.
Yeah, it was.
Imagine paying that much for a copy of the game now. Also,
yeah. I want to talk about it. So yeah, we want to talk about $80 game prices. I pay a lot more for authentic cards and discs. It's so expensive.
So, full disclosure, I've seen other Poketubers who have a deep, uncanny knowledge of this game and use calculators to make the best, most optimal plays, but I'm not.
I can't get behind it. I know why people do it, and I know that people do it. I don't ever use calculators. I mean, I get that that's just how people want to play the game, and I get why they're doing it. I can't do it.
Quite at that level yet, so I might make choices that some could consider suboptimal.
That's
I
the
thought
one.
grass was like super effective against water. Why is he super effective against me?
But if you can forgive me and look past all that, then let's get out of this truck and start our adventure. Let's see. Someone's already picked Torchic, and when I played this as a kid, I picked Trico. So that means we're left with Kipmud. After defeating my rival's Trico, I headed to Oldale Town and caught my first Pokemon that would be joining our team, Floof the Poochyena. I'm guessing naming Pokemon after pets is very common in Nuzlocks. By the way, this is how Floof's very first fight went.
It's always the crit. Every time.
Oh my god.
Always the crit.
Do you want to learn how to catch Pokemon? No. I'm good. Well, that's too bad. First, you want to get them weak by throwing tiny rocks at them. Traveling through Route 104, I caught
A Zigzagoon?
Igzy the Zigzagoon.
Based.
I'm probably not going to train her up or anything, but she will be useful teaching useless HMs too. What's that, Igzy? You have an ability where you pick up random objects? And you picked up a revive?
It's not
Igzy.
useless.
I can't use these. Wandering through Petalburg Woods, some guy asked me if I'd seen any Pokemon named
Shroomish?
The main reason Gen 3 is my favorite is because the best Pokemon ever, Breloom, makes his debut in this game.
No. He's correct. The literal best Pokemon ever, Breloom, no questions asked. I mean, that just makes sense. I am very much a Breloom fan. I'm very much a Breloom stan. Unfortunately, the Tapu's kind of neutered his niche, specifically with all the surges, right? The electric terrain making sure that Spore doesn't work, and then I believe it was psychic terrain that prevents priority. So, you know, Breloom, like Technician, a Mach Punch. Yeah, Gen 7 was not kind to Breloom, but I think Breloom is peak.
Why, if I found a Shroomish in this forest, I would probably react like this.
This guy was being truthful.
I named Shroomish Goat because not only is he the
goat.
greatest of all time, but because I was also working on this other video about goats, so I had a lot of goats on the mind. We made it to Rustboro Town and challenged Roxanne, the Rock-type gym leader, but thankfully we picked the water starter, so, you know, Kidmup, do your thing. I caught a Taylor on Route 116, and keeping with the naming Pokemon after pets theme, I named him Ari2. Not
Nice.
to spoil anything, but don't get too attached to R2, Jaden. We sailed to Juford Town and
Well,
saw that the
Jaden's
second
a,
gym was a fighting type gym.
oh my God.
So that meant
Donphin.
fighting type weakness. It was
That's the one.
RE2's time to shine.
He's like actually a higher level. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. He's too high of a level.
Despite being a lower level, we decided to wing it and managed to defeat everyone's Pokemon, only having to tap out at Brawly's Macahuita, which Kidmup mopped the floor with. Hey, when did you start walking on two legs, Kidmup? The next HM we learn is this terrible move, Flash. The only thing Flash is good for is lighting up a dark cave that technically isn't even required to progress through the game if you know where you're going. I, however, do not. Currently, Goat is the only one on the team who can learn Flash. But I'm like 80% sure once a Pokemon learns an HM move, they can't unlearn it. So I really don't want to teach this S-tier Pokemon an unforgettable F-tier move.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those actually, like Rock Tunnel. So Fire Red and Leaf Green would be my choice personally, because that, like, whereas he had Ruby, I had Fire Red and Fire Red specifically. Every time I run through it now, in terms of like going through Rock Tunnel, I don't even use Flash. It's too far out of my way to go through Diglett Cave up to the funny house and have the number of Pokemon to be able to get the Flash HM. So, this was also me. I think the last time I attempted to play through Emerald, I was just bumping into rocks. Bumping into rocks in the funny cave. I didn't even do it. Nope. I brute forced that. I refuse to use Flash.
Oh boy, an Abra! I bet he can learn Flash.
Oh, yeah?
Oh boy, a Zubat! Okay, I'm kind of fudging the rules here. This Zubat wasn't technically the first Pokemon I saw on this route, but does it even count as an encounter if all you do is look at a Pokemon and then they teleport away?
Excuse me?
Technically, yes, but like nobody really cares, like if that makes sense. Like I don't mean that in a bad way, but like nobody cares, right? Like, just play the game the way you want to, and that's really what matters, right?
Look, I just need this useless Pokemon to learn this unrequired move. Zubat, I'm calling you Mr. Flash and immediately teaching you...
No!
Goat, you can learn Flash. After clearing out
I'm pretty sure the salt in the wind is that Abra can learn Flash.
magma from a museum, we were ready to take on Watson, the electric-type gym leader. Luckily, we picked the water ground starter, so... Kidmup, do your thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Now what? Do I go here? Here? How did I get here? During my wandering, both the Pokemon I named after pets evolved into bigger versions of themselves, and Goat learned Headbutt.
Can I get rid of Flash?
The upside down book. Yep. No. Yep.
Hey, lady, I'm kind of lost, so I'm entering random houses and asking NPCs where I should go. Oh, you have harbor mail? I'll trade you that for my coin case. Coin case? You know, for gambling. Gambling?
Yeah.
Listen, I don't have a problem. The reason I'm this excited is because one of the prizes you can win at the casino is a Pokemon. A Pokemon that may help me build the perfect team.
Oh, whoa.
So, before I checked what the prizes actually were, I bought 500 coins for a measly 10,000 Pokédollars.
Just TMs? Just dolls? I just wasted a lot of money, didn't I?
Good news though, Goat evolved into his perfect form and learned Mach Punch.
Yeah.
Right.
Eventually, I talked to the right NPC, taught Iggy Rock Smash, and while exploring a fiery path, I caught my first fire-type Pokemon,
Okay.
Numel.
Let's go, man.
Even though Numels can be found in the desert, have a big hump on their back, and evolve into something called Camerupt, for some reason, I never looked at this Pokemon and thought, camel. I always thought,
Ow.
fire cow.
No, yeah, that's correct. That's me. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I've definitely done this. Because I think it's a cow. But yeah, no, it's correct. Look, people, you have to understand, people who watch me when I stream things or on the gaming channel, you have to understand that I'm blind. I will miss things right in front of me, okay? That's my defense.
So that's why I named her Cooked Beef. Then, on Route 114, we encountered a Zangoose.
Hello.
I have no clue what this Pokemon does, but it looks way cooler than all the Odyshes and tiny birds I kept running into, so it had to be awesome. Cooked Beef, the 9 levels you have on this goose are more than enough to weaken it. Hit him with an
Oh!
Good stuff.
So, my only fire type died to a quick attack that did 50 damage.
I was about to say, is that I couldn't see if that was a slash or not. But yeah, no, even quick attacks, that's priority. So you literally can't stop that, especially at the speed tier Numel's going to be at. You literally cannot stop that. Additionally, the Zangoose is also getting stab on that, which is already disgusting. That's an extra, 50%, I think, right? Stab's 50, right? Yeah. Stab's 50, life orb's 30.
Zangoose, or should I say,
not that it's in this
Beef
generation.
Eater, you can join the team for now, but just know, we could have killed you at any point. It was a challenge not to kill you. We headed up a mountain and fought Maxie, the leader of Team Magma, who had his own floof Pokemon, which Goat took care of, and he had his own evolved cooked beef. I sure wish I had one of those on the team. Hey, Beef Eater, why don't you make yourself useful and fight that Crobat?
That's a Golbat. See, it would have been funny if Zangoose was at a level where it disobeyed orders, because then that would have made a very funny Crobat Golbat joke / interaction.
Okay, that's kind of cool. As we headed down the mountain, who did I encounter but...
Who's the new Pokemon?
another Numel. Immediately, I abandoned Beef Eater to make room for Return of King. Before we take on gym number 4, I think I figured out a way to get Goat to forget the move Flash without having to beat him over the head with a 2x4. A little Pidgey told me
Just a little bit of brain damage, it'll be fine. It's okay, he'll forget it that easily.
that Goat was about to learn a new move at his next level. So, by placing him in the Pokemon daycare and doing some light cardio outside, he'll level up, learn the new move, and forget Flash. And my plan
Wait, did it?
worked like a charm.
Huh?
Pokemon daycare and doing some light cardio at next level. So, by placing him in the Pokemon daycare and doing some light cardio outside, he'll level up, learn the new move, and forget Flash. And my plan worked like a charm.
Is it because it was in the 4th move slot? That's wild. I actually didn't know that. Maybe I did. I'm trying to remember, because I watched some Picaspray soft lockpicking videos, and I know that the daycare has some interesting interactions. But I thought Gen 3 doesn't check daycare. That's the big one, right? Like, you can soft lock yourself in those because it does, like, it won't let you release your last Pokemon because it's quote unquote concerned about you. Because because it makes sure that you actually have the HMs to get out of things, but it doesn't check for daycare. Oh, that's such a weird interaction.
It really sucks that this is the only way to get Pokemon to forget an HM move. You'd think they'd have some, I don't know, a move deleter NPC or something. Gosh.
Would be cool.
Now you'd think that since I picked the water starter, that the fire type gym wouldn't be an issue.
Oh no.
But it was. Floof and I quickly learned why biting lava was a bad idea.
Okay.
Thankfully, Kidma, who I don't know why I didn't send out first, took out both of Flannery's Slugmas with no issue. But then she sent out Torkoal.
Yeah, it's going to be the sunny day setup because now your water moves are going to be half power, right? It cuts it by 50%.
Even though Kidmup was
drought, but
using
it's still
a
sunny
super
day.
effective move, he only did this much damage.
Well, it's sun,
Meanwhile,
right?
Torkoal's body slams were doing this much damage. And paralyzing us.
Paralysis, 30%.
Okay, Goat, I know you're the goat, but you understand why you can't fight a fire turtle, right? RE2, looks like you're up. Finish her off with a steel whip. Dude, RE2! No! What do we do? What do we do? None of you are great choices. What I really need is a turn to heal up Kidmup, but
Wait a
Hey,
minute.
Iggsy.
Oh, no.
Are you
not
aware
the
of the
dog.
concept taking one for the team? Given the dire circumstances,
That poor Zigzagoon's about to get so much brain damage. Oh my god, actual head dent meme.
this felt like the best choice. Sorry, Iggsy. With Kidmup healed, we managed to get Torkoal's health really low, but then Kidmup refused to finish the fight because he was, in his words, immobilized by love. Kidmup, I know you're letting this turtle body slam you on purpose, and you're sick for it! Do you really think we have a future together? Okay, Goat, I know this is a fire turtle, but she's mostly using body slams. Could you please punch this turtle's head off without falling in love?
Never. Okay.
We earned our 4th gym badge, but it wasn't without some
cost?
casualties.
My god, you know what? I'm actually surprised the Berlim came in clutch there. That's good to know.
RE2 and Iggsy, we wouldn't have made it this far without you. Thanks for everything.
Wow.
We traveled into a sandstorm where I picked up 2 Pokemon, this fossil, and this weird Pokemon I've never seen before, Baltoy. All right, King, my second chance at a fire type. I know this isn't your natural habitat, but why don't we train here in the desert for a bit? Oh, you found a Baltoy. I just caught one of those. I'm not sure what its moves are, though. God!
We run and we explode. I'm gonna blow up. Yep.
Okay, team.
Or return to King.
I know everyone is upset this thing shares a species with the Pokemon who blew up King, but it possesses psychic abilities that I believe could be very useful. So please, everyone, give a warm welcome to King Eater. No one step on it. We headed back to Petalburg City and faced gym number 5, my dad. Also, I brought Odd1ish just in case we had another Iggsy type situation. Am I an integral member of the team? You sure are, bud. Despite a few close.
Oh boy! Am I gonna level up? Sure you are.
Close calls.
Dude!
Yeah.
Finish him off.
Oh no.
Everyone, including Odd1ish, made it out alive.
Oh my god.
Good thing we have free healthcare. I don't know what I'd do if someone took away my free healthcare. Not right now, Goat. Across the water on Route 118, I caught Picklechu the Electrike.
Great.
I don't know, he's electric like Pikachu, and his head kind of looks like Pickles, so
A little bit.
whatever.
I see
Having
it.
an electric type on the team is huge. After inspecting all the Pokemon I had, I figured Mr. Flash's flying poison moves could be useful. So I evolved him into Golbat, and then, here you go, daycare lady. My favorite Pokemon, who wants some ice cream?
That's the one.
Gosh, I love you guys. I couldn't ask for a better team right here. At Fort Tree
That poor Golbat. Oh my god.
City, we were ready to take on Winona, the flying type gym leader. Wait, this weird lizard's blocking our path.
Lizard.
Oh, cool, you're back on 4 legs again. Also, Picklechu, why are you blue? The only thing that stood between me and Winona was this incredibly hard 2-piece puzzle.
How do I get through this?
Big brain.
Pikachu was able to spark Winona's Swellow, and Kidmup, through sheer willpower, tanked all of Alteria's earthquakes, narrowly avoiding death by 8 hit points. Good work, Kidmup. Pikachu, you know what to do. I found a TM for Ice Beam on an abandoned ship, and King Eater, you can learn Ice Beam? I'm sorry it's taken me this long to realize how awesome of a Pokemon you are. You know, King Eater, with you on the team, I think we'll be okay without a fire type. I entered Lily Cove City, and my rival wanted a rematch. Kidmup knocked out her Swellow, no problem, but then she sent out Grovyle. Ooh, I know the perfect matchup for this. King Eater, why don't you show this grass type that new move you learned?
Dude!
Yep. So close, but no dice.
Are you gonna use the hyper potion? No!
Yo, is it a crit? No, it wasn't a crit. It was a high roll.
I can't believe I got that upset at losing a Pokemon that before this challenge, I had never even considered playing with. If any members of
Pokemon giveth and Pokemon taketh away. Like, actually just like, just gonna need a minute.
the clay doll lover community are watching, I'm sorry, I didn't know he hated grass. All right, team, we're not fighting any more gyms
Unfortunate.
until each one of you is in peak physical shape. Floof, why haven't you evolved into Hondoom yet? What about this fossil? Is this fossil any good? We picked the plant one. We got the plant. What about Mr. Flash? Has anyone seen Mr. Flash? Why hasn't that loser evolved yet? Hey, buddy. So listen. We're friends, right? You know, Goat had to stay in the daycare once. Yeah, it was to forget the move Flash. Look, Mr. Flash, I know I technically shouldn't have even caught you, and I named you after a garbage move I thought you could learn, but I want you to evolve so you can be the best version of you on the team. Don't you want to join the team? I have this soothing bell you can hold on to.
The bell.
Welcome to the team, Mr. Flash.
That's
With the
the
team
one.
stronger than ever, I surfed my way to an island that had a Pokemon graveyard inside a tall building, and for the first
Actually, wouldn't Crobat be actually really good in Gen 3? Because this is before the physical special split, right? Yeah, it has 90 attack. And I'm pretty sure, like flying and... No, it's flying special or flying physical? Pokemon physical special split. She don't remember. I always forget it. I know it's the evolutions thing, but I always forget how it works. Yeah, no, flying and poison would both be physical, so Crobat would actually be very good in Gen 3, especially with base speed of 130 and attack of 90. I guess it depends on the moves they get, right? I was like, Gunk Shot didn't exist back then, right? But I mean, like, Sludge Bomb and stuff, right? I need to use Crobat going through Gen 3 again now. That's actually wild.
first time ever, I could actually grieve with the other trainers. That was a great battle, dude. Yeah, it was. Here's
Just
some money.
recontextualize it, yeah.
So Kidmup was holding an amulet coin,
Yeah.
so you actually owe me 600.
Yeah.
We defeated more Team Magma Grunts at the top of the tower, and on our way down, I caught what I thought was going to be a super awesome Pokemon, but turned out to be a little disappointing. Let's go! My third chance at a fire type, my son, the Vulpix, which I immediately evolved into Ninetales. Why was she a disappointment? I don't know. You'd think a fire type would have no problems defeating a Gloom, but alas.
40 acid, huh?
I'm
Well,
not
you're using
saying
Fire Spin.
Ninetales is a lame Pokemon. I'm saying mine specifically was. Floof and Kidmup easily cleared the Psychic Gym with Shadow Ball and Surf, and with that, we just have one more gym before we...
The Groudon, yeah. It's the top
Is
of the
the
list.
sun on fire? So I haven't really been paying attention.
The sun is a deadly laser. Just think about the killing experience. I think it was Pokemon Ruby reaction, right? Just like, why does Groudon do what he does? Does the sun just get angry and go, oi, hate that guy right there? Oh, I love Groudon. He's funny lizard.
To the story, and now the legendary Pokemon Groudon is angry. And as much as I would have liked to have Groudon on the team, I never found the Master Ball, so we're not risking it. Oh, hey, Wallace. Oh, you're the water-type gym
poor
leader?
Groudon.
Oh, I hope my fighting grass Pokemon will be okay. No, you don't have to fight the Celio. I'll get Floof to do that. And with our 8th gym badge, we could finally travel through Victory Road and face the Elite Four. Aren't you forgetting something?
Not the Gardevoir Dakimakura. No. He would.
Oh. I don't know how you want me to respond to that. This is it. Our final challenge. Each one of you has trained very hard, and as a reward, you'll each be receiving a piece of candy.
You get a candy.
Nice.
You get a candy. You get a candy. You get a candy. You get a candy. And you get a candy. This is it. This is gamer moment to the max.
Kidmup and Goat were
Flawless.
able to finish off Sydney's Pokemon with their water, ice, and fighting moves, and my 2 dogs, Pikachu and Floof, crunched and bit all of Phoebe's ghost Pokemon. Pikachu might be cursed, though. Against Glacia, my son finally stopped being a disappointment and fire blasted her Glalie. Then
That is some art that people have definitely very much been into. Was not expecting that out of this video. Okay.
I tried to get Goat to drain her Celio, forgetting he didn't like ice.
Okay.
Ice and birds, those are his two big no-nos. Luckily, Kidmup was able to earthquake the rest of her Pokemon. Now it was time for the fourth member of the Elite Four, Drake. His Altaria was defeated by Kidmup and Floof, but they both took some damage. Against his Flygon, I sent out my son.
Okay, what about Fire Blast? You're green. Ah!
Then Flygon dug a hole in the ground, but by the time he came up, Mr. Flash was waiting for him and took him out with a fly. For
Good
Drake's
stuff.
next Flygon, I sent out Goat.
Next Flygon. We've had one Flygon, yes. But what about second Flygon?
He doesn't like birds, and Flygon's a dragon?
Yeah, Flygon wasn't a bird, but I forgot a very important aspect about dragons.
Give him my dynamic punch.
that they
Nope, okay.
that they learn moves. My God, you mean the thing has moves? I'm not saying this to be disparaging. This is clearly comedic, right? This is great. I love this.
It's flamethrower.
Fire and poison, those are his other two no-nos.
Yeah.
Instead, Floop and Picklechew crunched Flygon's head off, and then I used Kidmup's last blizzard on Salamence.
You have to understand, Breloom is pretty peak. Not perfect, but still pretty peak.
Okay, I'm gonna need this blizzard to hit.
Truly not the ultimate life form for Sonic.
Please. Yes! Yes!
Fabulous. Good stuff.
Yes!
We had done it.
Oh my goodness.
We had cleared 4 champions with some very close calls, but we are all still alive.
Good stuff.
Now it was time to face the 5th member of the Elite Four. What, you didn't know about the secret 5th boss that's in every Pokemon game?
Every time.
We had one more challenger. Steven. Steven sent out a Skarmory, which was the perfect lightning rod for Picklechew. Then Kidmup took out Aggron with Surf, and my son defeated Cradily with Iron Tail.
So it's actually really interesting because I've only ever really played Emerald. At some point on the gaming channel, I will do a full playthrough of Ruby just to see what's different about Ruby and Sapphire as opposed to Emerald. I know that certain things are different. Like I think the Battle Frontier, it's just the Battle Tower in Ruby and Sapphire, if I remember correctly. There's also a couple things north of oh my God, wherever Watson's at, north of there, I guess in Emerald, there's like some kind of weird battle tower thing that I completely forgot existed. So that'll be very interesting to go through at some point because I never have experienced Ruby or Sapphire by itself. It's always been Emerald.
Then Steven sent out a
Or
Metagross, and things got messy.
Yeah.
I thought Kidmup Surf would be super effective against this rock with legs. Turns out it wasn't.
No.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do.
It's Steel,
I have an
Steel
idea. I have an
Psychic.
idea. Kidmup, if you can last another hit, that would be amazing.
Close.
Oh, Hyper Beam!
Yikes. Bro's
Kidmup,
actually gonna eat.
my starter Pokemon, had been taken out.
Gonna eat the
Okay.
recharge.
At least he got Metagross's health low enough that Floof could easily finish them off.
That's it.
Then Steven sent out his own King Eater, which I knew from personal experience they hated getting crunched.
I know this Pokemon. He hates getting crunched.
The light screen, okay. Good stuff. Easy
I don't care about
animations
your
turned off, it
special
looks
defense.
like.
You're getting crunched. It's probably because the special defense went up.
Floof eventually took down Claydol, even though
Yeah.
Steven used a full restore on it 3 separate times,
Of course you were. Stop it!
which I get,
Bro, he really likes that Claydol.
man. I'm part of the Claydol lover community too. Next was the last
Claydol loves
Pokemon
Anonymous.
we needed to defeat.
Hi, Armaldo.
Armaldo. One hit from its ancient power badly injured Floof. So
I don't know. I'm in the minority. I actually really like Armaldo. I think its design is pretty peak. I just wish it was better.
for this final fight, I sent Goat to finish him off. Goat, because he's so awesome, poisoned Armaldo just by standing next to him, and then promptly sky uppercutted him straight in the jaw, just
Joy,
barely knocking him out. Armaldo was clinging onto life when the unthinkable happened.
Oh no.
Armaldo knew a bird move.
Aerial Ace. Yep, there it is. The coverage, dude. It doesn't miss too. Wild bypasses accuracy check. Disgusting. Unfortunate.
Goat
Yep.
had made it so far into our journey, only to faint inches away from the finish line. I could have sent out a level 5 Zigzagoon and still would have won because Armaldo died to poison on the very next turn.
Yep.
The poison's gonna finish it off! Right?
Oh no. That really is unfortunate.
I didn't
Yep.
have to...
Yep.
No!
That's so unfortunate.
Not Goat!
By all accounts, Goat had defeated Armaldo, but he didn't make it. And neither did
He literally had to wait for because like in the Pokemon TCG, right? How you have to do it's a Pokemon checkup between turns. Literally just had to wait for the equivalent of Pokemon checkup and would have won.
Kidmap! That was my starter and my favorite Pokemon! No, I don't want this trophy! I want Goat and Kidmap! Colleagues, friends, Wally.
Amazing. Could you see the ending
We
theme?
gathered together
Wally.
to honor two of the bravest Pokemon I know. One of them from the humble town of Little Root, and the other from a patch of grass in Petalburg Woods. Together, they faced gyms, rivals, and a plethora of wild Pokemon. And when the final challenge came, they didn't back down.
This sucks. I hated that.
Victory
And that's how
at
my
what
first
cost?
Nuzlocke went.
Dude. Brew Wumples, dude. Dude. Dude, stop falling in love. No. Tackle's so bad, dude. Body is lava, dude. Don't give him a chance to recover, dude. Dude, stop it. Bash their skull in, dude. That was my psychic ice type, dude.
Unfortunate. So I want to start off by saying I thought this video was amazing. This was an epic Patreon request, so thank you for submitting this via the Patreon request. I thoroughly enjoyed this. I do want to offer a little bit more clarification. Look, at the end of the day, if someone doesn't want their work reacted to or wants specific things done with their content, that's perfectly fine. And I try to make sure I'm as accommodating as I can be on it. I know that React content isn't necessarily the most kindly looked upon thing on the platform. I totally understand that. And I want to make sure that, artists don't feel like, because it can be a very big slap in the face to artists, right? Animators, if someone reacts to their work, because it could be seen as taking from the work. I mean, this is derivative of their work for all intents and purposes. So I want to make sure that I'm doing everything above board as I physically can. It looks like there are other reactions. It looks like TheOdd1sOut does react to other things, but I am aware that isn't, correlation is not causation, right? That doesn't necessarily mean it's okay. So I do want to make sure that I am reaching out, make sure that I am asking if anyone happens to know their policy on reactions, because very specifically it was the Subway reaction. I was going to react to that a long time ago, but I was told, and I can't verify the authenticity of it, that they don't want reactions or don't like reactions, and it can be seen as very insulting to an artist to react to their work. It's actually why I consistently say that I have some reservations about reacting to animated content. So if anyone has that clarification, that I would appreciate that. And I just want to make sure that I'm, being as above board as possible, as there are problems with React content, and I try not to add to that. But thank you everyone for watching. I really do appreciate it. I thoroughly enjoy this. Hopefully you did as well. The animation style is great. Honestly, there's a lot to love about this, and it also showcases that you don't need to be some Pokemon expert to really enjoy Pokemon and even do a Nuzlocke. Thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you in the next one.